So today I want to show you all the products that I have received from JOOCYEE. So we're going to go through each one of them, demonstrate what they look like on, and unbox them for you. Here we go. First up, we've got the Essence Skin Tint. Now it says it's natural and it is in the shade number 1. Already I think maybe this might be a little bit light for me, but let's give it a go. I have already on my skin just a little bit of a BB cream, so a slight tint on my skin. So what I may do with this is use this more to highlight the other areas, maybe not all over my whole face. So let's see what the shade looks like. Place a little bit on my hand just to see. So it does look a little bit light, but let's see how we go. Taking some on my brush, and I'm going to start in the middle of my face because I'm just thinking what I can do with this is use it just as a tint like it is. Oh, it's not so bad. That colour's actually quite nice. I'm surprised. Lovely. Smells beautiful. I love the packaging. I think that's going to be something. Wait till you see some of the other products. Placing a little bit down around the jawline, small amount over the cheeks. But so far, it's not too light. Once I get sort of a bit of a bronzer on, I think that would be quite nice. But as it says, it's just a skin tint, so that looks really lovely. Again, on the other side, and just working that in, and it's giving that really nice natural look, which I love. I like things to look super natural, but it's actually evened out that skin really well. Added a little bit more to the brush. I just want to go over the eyelids just to give them some base, because we have some nice eyeshadows I'd like to try. So I'm really happy with that skin tint. It's gone on beautifully, especially over that BB cream that had a bit of SPF in it. So yeah, that's pretty good. And that is the natural, so it's called the 01 Skin Tint. Next product is the Airy Wear double-sided concealer. So with this concealer, it has 2 sides to it, which is pretty unique. So you get 2 different shades. So this will just depend if you want that sort of lighter look. The yellow is pretty good to cover up any excess redness. The sort of salmony color is great for any dark circles. So as you know, I probably don't use a lot of concealer, but I'm going to give this a go and see what it looks like on my skin. We're going to begin with this one here, and the applicator's in the middle. So very cleverly done. It has a great little spatula there, and I'm going to put a little bit here and some here, which is generally where I would put my concealer when I use that small amount. And I'm just going to use a little bit to start off with, because I feel like I don't want to rush in. Let's just see how that blends out. So we're just going to use a brush, and we're just going to blend this out underneath the eye, and I want to get it right into that inner corner. I'm saving that middle just at this point, and I'm going to do the outer corner just to create a really nice line there, and just blending the middle together. So instantly that's given a nice little bit of brighten. I don't feel like it's too heavy. It has brightened up the under eye area. Okay, just blending that in. Quite nice actually. It doesn't feel too heavy, which is what I was very concerned about, was if it was going to be heavy. And the color is actually not a bad shade for me. I'll just place it down there. I'm interested to see what the other side looks like. So you've got to turn it up. So the applicator's in the middle. It's a different little applicator, and this is more of a, they call it the creamy white. The other one's the salmon. So I'm going to put it just here because I feel like my cheeks are quite red. So let's just blend that in just to see if it will dull them down just a little bit, because we are going to do some blush in that. So I wanted to just see what that does. And around my nose, I'm a little bit red as well, and there's that dot there. So let's get a more detailed brush and just see if we can get rid of that. Oh yeah, got rid of that quite easily. And around the nose, I'm always a little bit red through there. So I think having this shade is quite a great way to just add to the makeup. So far, that's the base. It's still looking fairly natural, which is good. I do have makeup on. Probably look a little blank through here because we haven't got any eye makeup on, so let's try the next product. Next product is something that I was super excited about. I saw it on the website and I just couldn't wait to try it. So this is a palette and it is so beautiful. Here's the palette. I was struggling to get it out of the box, but here's the palette. Check it out. It is really, really pretty. It has slimline too, which I love. Great for in your little handbag. Now, this is called the Lookbook Palette. So basically, this one is called Grand Latte. And wait till you see the inside. And I'll take the little thing off. I did put my finger in. But how pretty is that? So I really couldn't wait to try these out. Along with it comes a little cue card and it tells you exactly where to place each one of these shades. So we're going to step through this. Beginning with number 1 on the diagram, and that's the lightest color. Now all of these are a little bit shimmery, so let's see how they go. Placement for this is just been recommended in this inner corner and underneath here. Just perfect. Quickly do the other side in the inner corner and under here. The next shade that we're going to use is this shimmer, and I'm going to take my finger. I'm just going to place it all over the middle of that mobile lid, trying not to get too high. Just seeing how that shimmer goes. It's actually quite creamy and it seems to really look nice. It's come on quite matte. It has more of a satin finish, I would say, than a shimmer, and it is very easy to apply. I went straight in with my finger thinking there would be fallout, but I feel a brush would be fine. Just going to take a brush and just even that out over that lid and into that inner corner. Soften that off. That looks really nice, very easy to use. Yeah, that's a yes. The darker shade in this is this one here, and I'm going to go in with a brush. Even though it looks like another satin finish, I feel the brush is going to be fine. And I'm just going on this outer corner, up onto my brow, and really blending that through the crease. And that's super pretty as well. I'm taking the residual just through the crease, but I really want the concentrated color on the outer corner here. Taking a small amount more and just making sure I'm on that brow bone just to create some lift to my eye and really running that through the crease. Done the same on this eye as well and just run it up into the brow bone there through the crease. It's a really pretty color. I love a bit of shadow under the eye, so I'm just taking that same darker shade and I'm just going to run that under my eye as well. Same on the other side. I feel like that looks just completes the look. So now we're working through the palettes, and here we've got these two shades. This one is in the diagram is pointed out as a little bit of contour. This one is your blush, and here's your lip. So let's see how we go. Okay, that darker shade is creamy, so we're going to place it here so we can get some lift and shape to the face. And that works beautifully. Really subtle, really soft. I'll also place a little bit on this side as well. That's really subtle. And then running the residual just through the forehead there as well, just to warm up the face. I also like to place a little bit just around that jawline area, just to carve out the jaw. But so far, I'm loving these products. So this blush shade looks more like a highlighter blush, so let's just place it nice and high on the cheeks. Here, so it has that little bit of shimmer, so definitely highlighter. We'll add some highlight to the other side as well. So I'm keeping this nice and high, so I feel we have a blush product we can show too. So this is the lip product, and I've just rubbed my finger in it, and it's very sheer. I thought it was going to be quite strong. That is beautiful. So see how that lip tone really matches in beautifully with the eyes. So let's check out the other product. So I also chose another couple of cheek products. So let's just have a look what we've got here. I'm just loving their packaging so much. Like just everything, the attention to detail is so cute. This one here has a couple of balms, so that looks really nice. And this is just a flush of color for your cheeks. So let's have a look. It's very peachy. and that one's lighter. So I'm assuming again we've got the highlighter and we've got the blush. So we've already got another blush here that I might try. So let's have a look at that one. This one is called a matte lip and cheek balm. So as it looks a bit more like a balm. So that looks super interesting. So I'm thinking we're going to use this. I'm going to put my finger in it. Yeah, much more vibrant color. But let's just place it on the high points of the cheeks, because this looks really pretty. We might even add a little bit to the lips, and then I'll just take one of the brushes and let's blend that in. I love a cream blush, so this for me is super pretty, and it's not as strong as it first appears. So that just adds that really nice flush of color. The next product I received is the Glazed multi-purpose stick. So basically that means we can do whatever we like with it. It's like a really good stick or balm that we can use on the cheeks and the lips. I'm going to use it a little bit on the cheeks just to show you what it looks like, and just underneath the other one. So a nice lighter shade than the other one. And then on the other end of this, there's a little applicator, so you can just blend that in, which is pretty cute. You can still use your fingers. This is quite a nice way to blend that in. That's just lightened up those cheeks. This is the JOOCYEE translucent blurring powder. Now I was pretty excited to try this. I feel this one has a little bit of a tint and color in it. So let's open this up. Once again, the packaging is beautiful. So it comes this, and it has a little powder puff in here, and then it is a white translucent. So let's give that a go. So I've taken off the cover, and instantly I'm having a feel with that, and it is very, very fine. So that's always a great sign. I'm going to use the powder puff, and I always like to just tap off some of the excess before I go in, because I don't want it to look too powdery. That's actually quite nice. Just sort of going through there, center of the face. I'll pick up a little bit more. Always shy away from too much powder, but this is actually really quite nice. It's setting the makeup beautifully. It smells nice too. So I don't think that's settled in to any fine lines. Doesn't feel cakey at all. Yeah, it's actually a nice finish. Last but not least, I have this little product here. Now this is their Spring Flow. This is called the After Spring Rain, and it is a perfume, but it's different to any other perfumes. I'll show you. Inside that box, there was this. So it's come like this because it's actually quite heavy, and they've really wrapped it beautifully. There's a little, so it feels and looks like a little rock. It's quite heavy. I'm absolutely the packaging for me is always a game changer. I think if the packaging's good, then it just looks so luxe. So here's the little rock, and I'll show you how this works. I wanted to show you that you can just slide it across with your hand, with your thumb, just like that. How cool is that? So I'll try and get it open for you. And that's the balm. So then you just use it. And it smells divine. But how easy is that to take with you anywhere? And it's just this gorgeous little compact, like that. Very, very cute. So let me know what you think of this makeup and this makeup haul from JOOCYEE. As I said, I thought this might be too light, but I actually think it looks fine on me, especially coming into the winter months. And I absolutely love, I think my favorite would be this product here, the little lookbook. They do other shades as well, but I just feel being able to do your entire eye makeup, cheeks, contour with this is such a game changer, and easy to put in your wallet or bag as well. It's so cute. The other one I think is my absolute favorite, is the little rock perfume. So love to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think.